great benefit to you because you will understand why my pet peeve is when someone criticizes you and then tries to sell you their product. So that is what I will talk about, and then I will give you some benefits after that of how to handle that and what you could do to help yourself if you're in a business that's trying to a network marketing business, whatever you're trying to do to sell, whether you're doing missions, whatever it is that you're doing. I really think the tips that I would be offering you tonight will be of great value to you. So my name is Chad Allen, and I am 41 years old. I have a beautiful wife and daughter, and that's her back there waving. And I've lived in the Philippines for 2.5 years, where I was blessed to learn so much while there, and also I have a beautiful family here in the States as well, where I am at now. I have been working to build my business over the past several months, and I'm really, really happy with what I have. And I'm really blessed that I get to offer all of you of what I have learned while in the Philippines, and also my experiences while here in America as well, and to really share with you my challenges. And of course, I really feel that the challenges that I have is nothing new under the sun to anybody else. But if I can offer you some help, I really believe it will help you, because my struggles could be your struggles as well. But if not, you could use whatever I have. So I really am glad that you're here, and so let's get started. If you have a comment below. Say hi in the comment section. I will be sure to say hi back to you. Hi Jennifer, how are you? Thank you for being on the call, and thank you to all the others that are on the call. I thank you for being on in here as well. Even those who are doing the replay, I thank you for catching this call so that you can learn the things that you could do to help you, and the things not to do, because obviously there are some wrong tactics that certain people are using to quote unquote try to get a sale. So that is my topic. So my pet peeve. My pet peeve. Why in the world would you criticize a potential customer, and then right after you criticize them, you lead off with an opportunity to sell your product? Okay, so here is an example. Hey, how are you? You have really allowed your husband or your wife to get super fat, and you really need to start feeding them less. But I have a great product here that I really believe would be helpful for you. That will help them lose weight. So you should really consider it. Yeah. We're really going to consider your product after you have made that criticism, right? I don't think anybody will consider a product after they have been criticized by another person for whatever it is that they are trying to sell. Well, I mean, why in the world? Why would you do that? So it doesn't make sense at all. So, if you're trying to sell somebody, one of the biggest rules is you don't criticize your customer, your potential customer. You don't criticize them. You help them to find value in the product. You help them to find a reason why it would help them. Even if those statements could be true, you don't lead off in that manner, acting like you are a little bit better and than the person who you are trying to prospect. Yeah, it's very demeaning when people do that. When quote unquote salesmen are on their high horse, acting like they are God's gift on earth, and then they try to sell you something that they think that you need. Like hello, what in the world, you know? I mean, it's absolutely crazy. So yeah, exactly. It's a quick verbal punch into the gut when people do that stuff. So you know, those type of people will not win out because they will always they try to make the person feel guilty for who they are. They're attacking the identity of the person. They are criticizing uh, that they're cursing that person's identity. And when they effectively do that, then you are immediately put on the defensive. And so how are you going to sell someone when you have automatically put that person on the defensive? On the first couple of words, oh yeah, yeah, this is you need this, you need that, blah blah blah. No, 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 no. I don't need anything that you are selling, right? That's what the person is going to think. So uh, if you're able to bring value and enthusiasm and give them a reason why they need it, without attacking their identity, without attacking uh, something that's like a physical ailment, a physical thing that's going on, or a personal issue, whatever, then that's really the way to go, because you cannot force a change on a person, and you cannot force a product on somebody because it is their decision to buy or not to buy, right? So if you're trying to sell someone and they don't want to buy it, then it's okay. It's not the end of the world. The product may not even be right for them. So, if it's not right for them, then it's not right for them. It's okay. If it's like you're trying to sell the person and then they tell you no, and then you get offended that they say no, especially if it's a family member or a friend and they tell you no. It's like, oh my goodness, this person doesn't like me because they didn't buy my product or they didn't join my business. It's like they may not, if that business or product may not be right for them. So don't be upset if they don't buy. Don't be irritated, or you choose not to talk to that person anymore because they chose not to buy from you. It's okay. It's okay. It's not a big deal. So there are 7 billion people in the world that you can talk to, and your prospecting goes beyond your warm market. It also goes into the cold market where you have to really go out and make an effort to contact people and to talk to people. And then that's how businesses are grown. It doesn't matter if it's a network marketing business, a franchise, a sole proprietorship, that like a service business or whatever. It takes people talking. You have to be willing to talk, and it takes word of mouth, and then eventually you're able to break through the the small time and get yourself into the big time. Because business is all about numbers anyway, and the more people you talk to, the more you share, um, the more you go out there and do what's the right kind of thing. Then eventually, those returns begin to happen for you, and really build up well. So let's get back to a little bit what we're talking about. Let's get back to this the thing. So you don't criticize people, okay? If you would really turn off your customer if you start to criticize them, and you criticize them for whatever, and you're attacking them, whatever, and you don't think you are. You think you're doing a great service, but you just lost a potential client or a potential business partner. So lay off the criticism, and then go straight for sharing what the value is. If they say no, they say no, but you share the value. Number two, be enthusiastic and believe in your product. If belief is really a big part of selling your product, if you whatever product that you have, whether it's a business or the product itself, believing in what you do, it's a very, very big part. And when you believe in something, then the enthusiasm is easy to have, right? Because I really believe this product because the product does this. I've really seen it, and it's really exciting, and you're enthusiastic, right? Because you know the value of what you have, of your business or your product. You know what you can offer that person, and but how you get that person to see what you have, right? And we all struggle with this at times because sometimes we tend to jump the gun at certain points and try to go straight for the jugular, the kill, right? Try to get that person, but it's ultimately their decision, and you have to respect their decision. So we have to bring number three. We have to bring value to the product or the business that we have, and so one of the things that I'm learning myself is that, especially if someone is saying, "Well, how much?" I'm learning not to start off with the price at the very beginning, because when you start off the price, you pretty much have lost them already. Well, how much? So when I know that whenever someone says how much, and I go, "Oh, right, it costs this much," I've pretty much lost them as a potential client or a potential business owner. Completely lost them. There's only I may have had one or two actually come in after saying, "Well, how much?" And that's it. The rest of them that I did that to, I lost them completely. So don't lead off with price, because you'll lose them. And yeah, so you have to, and it goes back to bringing the value. So if you start with the price first, you automatically place the value at that price, right? So you have to learn how to bring value uh, to your opportunity or product, and then you have to get them to see why it is important for them to do your business or your or to use your product. So bring value to them and really have show them how the product will be there for them. And again, don't criticize. Don't criticize. Okay. Number four. So let's say you do have a network marketing. This is doesn't matter if you have a network or a mission, by the way. It's universal. So, but in the field of network marketing, if you're trying to build a business, uh, then typically you're not going to lead with a product, because your growth will be a little bit slower. It takes longer to build, so you lead with the opportunity first and foremost. Because in network marketing, when you have the business owner there already, the product sales will already be there, right? So if you're trying to get that person to buy a product, right? So if they're a business owner, they're already buying the product. So so when you focus on the business first side of it first, then the product volume is already there for that particular person. So no need to lead off with the product first, unless that person says, the business is not really for me, but I would love to use the product. Then share more about how the product it would be very beneficial to them. Some people have there might be something going on, and so you would maybe say, I already have something that I think would really be helpful for you, but would it be okay if I share with you? And then you can share with them. Uh, so again, if you have a person who's interested in what you have, and let's say they do buy into it, then you should be a blessing to that person, not a curse. You should help them. You should give them the tools that they need to be successful, whether they are using the product or whether they are building the business. You need to share with them the tools that they need so that they can be successful. If you don't know the answers yourself, then provide a video, provide a PDF, provide them with something that they can utilize and feel like that they are being part of the team and learning, so that they can be of great success. You know, and where a lot of people go wrong also is that they think that it's for them. They put like, oh, I gotta have the first sale. So they put all this effort in the first, which is important. I mean, it's important. Trust me. But then all their focus is on trying to make that next dollar, right? And then they end up leaving their people behind, and they forget to lead the person. Because they're so focused on making that quote unquote next sale. Oh, if I get this person in, then if I sell this much, I make this amount of money, which is small time thinking. Because if that's all you're worried about, then you're not setting yourself up for great success in the future. So you have to be able to lead your people. If they have something that they are in need, then try to help them. They have a question, try to be there for them. They're asking, hey, what should I say? You show them. If they want to have a training that's outside of your company, let them do it. If it helps them, let them do it. If it's going to help build their business, let them try, right? Let them do what they think it will work. Encourage them. Don't try to hold them back and say, well, you got to do this, you got to do that. Yes, you need to be part of your company events. That's very, very important. You really need that. That before the others, right? But outside of that, if they want to go have different trainings outside of that, then that's up to them. More power to them. Give them say, I give you the blessing, because if they build well, it helps you, right? So be a blessing. And so it's whatever you are into, and whatever you're trying to do it well. Don't try to sit there and criticize the person for not wanting to buy a product, or not wanting to be part of your business. Don't be upset if they become or don't be upset if they don't join or they don't buy your product. It's not a big deal. It's like, some will, so move on, right? And you really need to have the right kind of mindset coming into all of this. So I really hope that you got a lot of value out of this call tonight, and thank you for listening to my pet peeve, because it's one of those things where if a person like that would really be considerate, you might consider, right? But when it's someone who is going straight off from the criticism and then trying to sell you a product, ain't gonna work. So I hope you got value off the other tips, like how this maybe the great ways to sell a product. How to be enthusiastic, why bringing value is so important, and if you are building a network marketing, what are tips that you can do to help build. I hope you really got great value out of all of that. And I want to thank you for being on the call tonight. If you like what you heard, please share the video with your friends, and so that they can also get great value out of it. Visit my blog page at chadallen.pro, and my live videos are there also. And we are working to update the blog consistently. And also, if you want to know what I do as a business, please comment below, PM me, and I will get back with you. And if you have questions, comment below. You might want to make a comment below, and I will be sure to answer you. and be sure to see hi, all that good thing. Thank you also, Ron Allen, for being on the call as well, and for all of your support for everyone. I say good night and thank you so much for being here. Bye bye. Take care.